Great. I'm happy because better safe than sorry. You put on your coat, you stay warm, you don't get sick, you eat an apple. Because an apple a day
An apple.
keeps the doctor away. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. And you are so beautiful. You are the apple to my eye.
In my eyes.
This makes me look really fat. Maybe it's okay to be fat and all that. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. A blessing in disguise. It was a surprise. A chip on the shoulder. A dime a dozen. A doubting Thomas. A drop in the bucket. A fool and his money are easily parted. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A leopard cannot change its spots. Stripes. A penny saved is a penny earned. A picture paints 1,000 words. A piece of cake. It's so easy as pie. 1, 2, 3. Easy as ABC. A slap on the wrist. A taste of your own medicine. A toss-up. Actions speak louder than words. Add fuel to the fire. Against the clock. All bark and no bite. All creak to me. All in the same boat. An arm and a leg. It costs an arm and a leg. It's very expensive. An axe to grind. A dispute. An argument. A debate. Conversation. And fighting with your words. And you are an apple to my eye. You're beautiful. I'm as high as a kite. At the drop of a hat. Suddenly. Unexpectedly. Immediately. We stop. And we do something different. I'm a back seat driver. Back to square one. Back to the drawing board. Baker's dozen is 13, not 12. Barking up the wrong tree. Beat a dead horse. Beating around the bush. Bend over backwards. Between a rock and a hard place. Bite off more than you can chew. Bite your tongue. Blood is thicker than water. Once in a blue moon. Break a leg. Do good. Good luck. Buy a lemon. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Can't cut the mustard. Cast iron stomach. Charlie horse. Shoo someone out. Sip on his shoulder. Shout out. Close but no cigar. Cock and bull story. Come hell or high water. Crack someone up. Cross your fingers. Cry over spilt milk. It's no big deal, but you cry like a baby. Like Justin Bieber. Cry wolf. And there's no wolf. Cup of Joe. Curiosity killed a cat. Cut to the chase.
I can make many lies. Yeah?
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha.
It's easy.
I know. A dark horse. A dead ringer. Devil's advocate. Dog days of summer. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Doozy. Down to the wire. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Drink like a fish. If it walks like a dog and eats like a dog and smells like a dog and does everything else like a dog, it might be a dog. Probably is a dog. Doggy. A puppy. If it looks like a dog, probably is a dog. Right? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm just an old man. I'm getting too old for this stuff.
When I met her, you... yeah, okay.
Yeah?
After a long time.
Oh, it takes a long time for the heart to come.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I understand. Wow. drive someone up the wall. I'm driving crazy. I'm irritating and annoying you. Dropping like flies. Dry run. Rehearsal. And prepare for a play, for a movie. 86. A certain item that is no longer available. Or I kick you out, maybe. Elvis has left the building. It's over. The fat man, no, the fat woman has sang. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Ethnic cleansing. Every cloud has a silver lining, and you can find the golden leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. And there was a rainbow at the World Trade Center where there's 9/11. They found some rainbows there during the anniversary. The rainbow goes down and landed on the World Trade Center in New York just about a week ago for the 15th anniversary. Every cloud has a silver lining. You gotta fight. No pain, no gain, but you gotta fight. And at the end of the storm, there's a rainbow and gold, and the grass might be greener on the other side. Everything but the kitchen sink will be included. Almost everything. Everything but the kitchen sink. Excuse my French. Cook and bowl story. Cock and bowl story. Feeding frenzy. Field day. Finding your feet. Finger licking good. That's what they say at KFC. Go there because it's finger licking good. Fixed in your ways. Flash in the pan. Flea market. Flesh and blood. My flesh and blood. One time I went to see my grandmother Skip, and I told her, "You're not flesh and blood like me and Jimmy Williams." Woof. And she almost had a heart attack like Hillary Clinton. And even though she's a lot older, she actually was able to handle it. Like 80 or 90 years old. But she handled it. But I was there to stand up against tyranny, against something pretty bad, maybe like a bad woman or something. But since, you know, my mother's real mother is gone now, and she wasn't it. She was a new one. A replacement. A stepmother. A step-grandmother. Not to be confused with that woman in, like Cinderella or the other Disney stories. Flip the bird. Foam at the mouth. Fool's gold. Friend's kiss. From rags to riches. Fuddy-duddy. An old-fashioned and old, foolish type of a person. Maybe like your father and your mother. Your parents might be fuddy-duddy. Meet the folks. They will be very strict and discipline you and spank you and hit you, but they mean well, and it hurts them more than it hurts you. Full Monty. The whole thing. Completely nude. Full Monty. Come here in your birthday suit. Ooh. Funny Farm. A mental institutional facility for the crazy people. Crazy people like Hillary.
Crazy people.
Get down to the brass tasks. Get over it. Get up on the wrong side of the bed. Get your walking papers. Oh, get fired from a job. Give him the slip. Go down like a lead balloon. Go for broke. Go out on a limb. Make a guess. Make an estimate. Say something, but you don't know exactly about it, but you say it. Go the extra mile. Be a good Samaritan and help people. Do some charity. Graveyard shift. Great minds think alike. Green room. Gut feeling. I got a gut feeling deep inside my heart, my soul, my mind. Mostly my soul and my heart. I got this intuition. I have this feeling that's connected to God. And haste makes waste. Hat trick. I hat trick. I got a hat trick. Have an axe to grind. He lost his head. Head over heels. Hell in a handbasket. High five. High on the hog. Hit the books. Hit the hay. Hit the nail in the head. Hit the sack. Hocus pocus. Hocus pocus. Hello. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Icing on the cake. Idle hands are the devil's tools. One of the greatest things he's ever told people is that he's not real. But he is. If it's not one thing, it's another. In like Flynn. To be easily successful, especially when sexual or romantic. I remember around 1996, 1997, I was about almost 12 years old. Around that time, it was at the end of the term for Bill Clinton. Bill and Hillary, mostly Hillary Clinton as president in the United States. And there was the scandal because, you know, what he was doing with Monica Lewinsky. And I remember that. And at the time, it was really, really funny because my brother would always say the name, the last name, the family name, the surname of the woman, that woman, Lewinsky. And it was really, really funny. It just sounds like a very funny name. But, you know, it's just something that you cannot forget. And then when you get older, you start to find out more about the story that you didn't know about before. In the bag, in the bluff, in the heat of the moment, in your face. It takes two to tango. It's a small world. After all, it's anyone's call because I don't know. Ivy League. Jaywalk. Jossing me. Are you jossing me? Are you kidding me? Are you joking with me? Tricking me? Like trick or treat? Smell my feet? Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I'll pull down your underwear. Keep an eye on him. Watch him carefully. Keep body and soul together. Keep your chin up. Be more positive and don't give up. Kick the bucket and die. Another one bites the dust. Kitty corner. Knee-jerk reaction. Knock on wood. Know the ropes to understand the details of what to do and how to do it. Last but not least, lend me your ear. Let bygones be bygones. Let sleeping dogs lie. Let the cat out of the bag. Let the secrets come out. In the WikiLeaks. You can know more at wikileaks.org. Let the cat out of the bag. Let the skeletons out of the closet. You got some secrets? Tell me about it. Don't keep it a secret, unless if it needs to be a secret, but a lot of times you should be better. Actually, all the time you should. You should always try to be more transparent, honest, have better character based on eternal values that are forever, that are objective and not subjective. Level playing field. Communism, socialism, it's a new kind of democratic idea that's going around the world through globalism. And it's a very, very bad idea, because it says that everybody must be the same, but we're not the same. And it actually doesn't mean that they want everybody to be the same. They just want the poor people to be poor while they keep control of 90% or 99% of the money and the power and the influence and the information, the technology, you know, the education, everything basically. They say, oh, let's all be the same. And you think it's really good because you don't like the rich people. You don't like the people with all the money. But they don't tell you everything. And they try to make you like it through the ideas of communism, socialism, the new neo-democratic liberal ideas that's in America and in some countries. They all have these different names for the kinds of ideas they have for different kinds of government that's like bigger, but it's not a good idea. And it's actually destroying people, and it's been destroying people all around the world for thousands of years. You can see it in Rome, you can see it in all these different empires and countries. If you study history, you can know it, and you can know it's not a good idea. And then you can tell other people, and you tell other people it's a lot better, and we do a lot better if you go to InfoWars or Drudge Report or Breitbart. You go to these people like Alex Jones or Donald Trump or Roger Stone. You go to these people, you listen to these people, you go to Twitter, you can find the truth. Just listen around to different people. Eventually you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Because the truth will come back again and again. Level the playing field like a chicken with its head cut off. Liquor someone up, long in the truth. Loose cannon, make no bones about something. Method to my madness. Mumbo jumbo, something that you don't understand. Mum's the word. Nest egg, never bite the hand that feeds you. New kid on the block. New York minute, no dice, no room to swing a cat. Not playing with a full deck. Off on the wrong foot, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Off the hook, crazy, a tough situation, off the record. On pins and needles. I'm very anxious, I'm very nervous, I'm on eggshells. On the fence, on the same page, out of the blue, suddenly. Once in a blue moon, I come over, and out of the blue, something happened. I came out of nowhere, on a limb. I'm out on a limb, out on the town, over my dead body. No way, Jose. Like hell no. Like no, like not, like never ever. You shall not pass, said Voldemort, or that old guy in Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Pass the buck. Avoid responsibility. Blame somebody else. Pass the buck. Pedal to the metal. Hurry up and step on it. Hurry up. Speed up. Go faster. Pedal to the metal. Peeping Tom. Pick up your ears. Listen carefully. Pick up your ears. Pig out. Eat a lot. Pipe down. Be quiet. Stop talking. Listen. Pipe down. Pull the plug. To stop something. Pulling your leg. I'm joking. Put a sock in it. Stop talking. Queer the pish. Destroy or ruin a plan. Rain check. Cancel, decline, say no. A girl says to you, hey, you want to go eat dinner with me? You say, can I have a rain check? Can we do it another time? Let's do it again. Another time. No today? Yes tomorrow. Raining, it's raining cats and dogs. Ring, fencing, rise and shine. Rome was not built in one day. Rule of thumb. Run out of steam. Saved by the bell. Scapegoat. I blame you. You are the problem. You are my scapegoat. You are my scapegoat. You are my scapegoat. Scot-free. You escape and you're not punished. Even though maybe you are the bad person, you did a bad thing and you need to get punished. Pay money, go to jail, die. Something bad because you did something bad. Maybe you kill people, steal something, do something terrible. But then you are free, you escape, and you do not have to pay for the consequences. So you are scot-free. Sick as a dog, sitting shotgun. I'm sitting next to the driver in a car. I'm sitting shotgun. I get shotgun. Shotgun. Sixth sense. I have this intuition in my heart. I know something without knowing it. Skid Row. Smell a rat. A dirty rat. Like Hillary. Son of a gun. Southpaw. Someone who is left-handed is a southpaw. Not right-handed, but a left-handed person is left-handed. They write with their left hand. They do everything with their left hand. They are a southpaw. Spitting image. You are a spitting image of your father. You look like your father. You look like your mother. You look exactly the same, like you are a twin, a clone, a puppet, a robot. You look the same, like most people are. In the world, in some ways, at least inside their body, not on the outside. It doesn't melt in your hands, but maybe it melts in your mouth, like M&Ms. Start from scratch. Start over. Back to the drawing board. We gotta start over. The ball is in your court. You can decide. Only you can prevent forest fires, said Smokey the Bear. The best of both worlds. Some kind of compromise. We barter. Like you go to the store, you go to the market, and you try to buy some food, and you say $5. And the other person said, no, $100. The seller and the buyer, they negotiate, they make a deal. You say $5, they say $100. You say $10, they say $50. You meet in the middle. That's a compromise. And eventually maybe you say, oh, okay, not $5, maybe $20. They say $100, but then they say $50, and they say $30, and they say, oh, okay, $20. That's the best of both worlds. You make some kind of deal. Make compromise. Why not? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. The last straw, the whole 9 yards. Third time's a charm. Better luck next time. Tie the knot till the cows come home. We're gonna work all day. We're gonna work really hard. We're gonna try this again and again and again until it works. Or until like really late at night. We're gonna work really hard. We're gonna like work on the farm, work in a hometown, in a countryside, or anywhere, maybe at your company. We work really hard until the cows come home, or until the pigs fly, which is never, because pigs don't fly. Normally, in a normal world, they don't. To make a long story short, I say that to say this, to say nothing maybe. To steal someone's thunder. Somebody wants to say something great, and it may make them a hero, like they will say, I discovered a cure for cancer, and then you say, and then you tell everybody about the cure for cancer, and you stole it from the other person. So you stole thunder. You stole something great. The thunder. You steal somebody's thunder, something great from the other person. You stole something great from the other person. And tongue-in-cheek. It's humor, not to be taken serious. Tongue-in-cheek, it's a joke. I'm pulling your leg. Turn a blind eye. You ignore something. You refuse to acknowledge something you know is real or legit. 23 skiddos. Under the weather. Up a blind alley. Use your loaf. Use your head. Don't leave your brain at the door. Van Gogh's ears for music. You're tone deaf. Variety is the spice of life. Wag the dog. A diversion away from something of a greater importance. Water under the bridge. Anything from the past that isn't significant or important anymore. It's not important. Forget about it. Forget about it. It's water under the bridge. Wear your heart on your sleeve. To be very emotional with your feelings, like a girl when you're watching a movie, a romance, like The Notebook, and you're crying and you won't stop crying because you wear your heart on your sleeve. on your sleeve, right here on your sleeve. And when it rains, it pours. When pigs fly. You know, when pigs fly, that's something that will never happen. Wild and woolly, uncultured and without laws. Wine and dine. You want to wine and dine? When somebody is treated to an expensive meal. They are treated to an expensive meal. They're invited to an expensive meal. You have your customers. You want your customers to buy something. Maybe you work at a bank, for example, and you fine and dine them? No, wine and dine. Oh, that's right. Wine and dine them. You take them to a restaurant and you let them eat an expensive meal. You wine and dine them. You take them to a diner. You have dinner. It's like dining. You dine because you go to the dining room. You go to a dinner, you go to a restaurant, you eat and you pay for them because you are a good person. You're a good Samaritan, a good soul, a good businessman. Okay, like Donald Trump. Without a doubt. Certainly. Absolutely. Without a doubt. X marks the spot. Now you can find the buried treasure. You are what you eat. I eat oatmeal, so people call me original oatmeal, green oatmeal. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't take it with you. You cannot take it with you. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know, you don't know, I don't know, you don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Zero tolerance for people who kill people, like Muslims, Sharia law, Islam. I have zero tolerance for that. No crime or law breaking, big or small, will be overlooked. And that is the end of my list. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. So, what do you think? Maybe I can find another list. I'll go to another website. That was idiomsite.com. That's why I named the video idiomsite.com. Idiomsite.com. Those are all the idioms that this website has. Just 4 pages. 4 pages of idioms. Not idiot, but idioms. These are things that people say, phrases, words, quotes that people say. I say it, you say it, maybe just like some Americans say it. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I want it that way. Said the Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys said it because they're all right. Backstreet Boys are back. And then they died. Maybe they didn't die. But then the new kids on the block came, and they had a lot of good words to say. And there was a lot of people, like my older sister really liked the new kids on the block that came around in America. Very, very popular in the early 1990s. I was about 5 years old in the beginning of the 1990s. And there's a lot of really, really interesting things that people would say. And it was really, like, really popular in popular culture back then. Pop culture, P-O-P, pop, like Pop-Tarts. There was the Power Rangers that was really big and still happening now. The TV show that came from Japan went to America in 1993, and everybody wanted to be a Power Ranger and fight Lord Zed and Rita, save the day, because we can. Why not? If you got a plan, you can do it. And everybody wanted to help Captain Planet, because he's our hero. Captain Planet, he's our hero. He's gonna take the crime and all the bad stuff back to 0. So, how do you feel? How do you feel now? Do you feel very sad and depressed when there's a lot of rain outside? When it's raining cats and dogs? do you feel like a cat or a dog? Does the cats and the dogs make you feel like cats and dogs?
Yes,
How do you feel? Do you feel? Yeah, you want to go home because you're very tired, or like, does the rain make you tired?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Makes you very tired. Makes you want to get something hot, like something romantic. Wouldn't something hot be a little bit better for you, like hot coffee, hot tea, hot cocoa, something good like that? Would that make you feel better?
Yes. Thank you.
That would be great. Yeah. But yeah, so you want to go home, but now's not a good time, right? Right now, it's not a good time to go, right? You want to go, but you don't want to go at the same time, right? Am I right?
Why?
You want to go, but you don't want to go, right? Because you want to go because you want to eat, and you want to sleep, and you want to play, and you want to work, but you don't want to go because
the rain.
Yeah, because it's raining. Yeah, you want to go and you don't want to go. I want to go, and I don't want to go. I want to go, but I don't want to go. I want to go because I want to go, but I also don't want to go because I don't really want to go. Yeah, exactly. I want to go because I got stuff to do. I got people to see and places to go. But, however,
I don't want to go.
It's raining outside. Oh yeah. It reminds me of a song. It's raining outside. It's a Christmas song. Baby, I have to go, but it's raining outside. The weather outside is stormy, but it's all right. It's so delightful. As long as there's a place inside my heart for you and for me, let it snow. Let it snow. There is an article that somebody wrote about me, and it was written by a man who met me when I first came to Vietnam. There was a man named Tyler Capp, and he wrote about the terrible Joeyarnoldvn Oatmeal from America, the guy who is very, very messy and terrible, doesn't work, and does all these terrible things. Basically, it's a very generic kind of thing with lies, some things that are not true, but things that other people say to foreigners, and even Vietnamese people do it too. They say it, but I really want to talk about it, even though it's kind of hard to talk about it, because I have to kind of argue, which is not really a good thing to do, but I have to just say, oh, that is not true, or the other thing is not true. But when people talk about me, they don't tell people the whole story, or they don't really know the whole story either. So I want to share this story. I posted it on my Facebook, but I have to find it. But it's buried. I have a lot of stuff that gets buried on my Facebook because I put a lot of stuff on my Facebook. I wrote about slavery, and I found out there was, say for example, 3,000, almost 4,000 like black people, and they had their own slaves. About like almost 13,000 other black slaves in the United States in the 1830s. That was before the Civil War in the 1860s, and a lot of people in America, like, we learn in school that the Civil War was to free the black people. But the black people, the African Americans, they were already free. Mostly, not all of them. You know, like these guys were not free. But most of the owners were other black people. There's not very many white people were slave owners. But they never tell you that. In school, in America, they always talk about how bad white people are. But it's not true. Some white people are very bad, but it's mostly like black people doing bad things to other black people, or also some, you know, people from the Middle East, like Muslims. So I wrote about that this morning. Rights shouldn't depend on location. Protect the babies inside and outside the womb. Inside, yeah, the womb, the mommy.
Yes.
Yeah, and outside. Inside and outside.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm almost there. Wow. Wow, so much information here. Wow. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. Tyler Capp. This is a guy, he's an American from like California. Wow. Sarah. Who's Sarah? Wow. Tyler Capp. He's from California, and he wrote about me earlier in this year, like in January 2016. So I will take you to the article. So he says, let me make it bigger.
I'm not always doing my best. I always try to way to do it well.
Yeah. Let me record it. Yeah, I'm not always like doing my best. This is my response to the article for Taylor Swift. Tyler Capp wrote about me, Joeyarnoldvn, but it contains lies about me. He met me in person in 2012 when I first came to Vietnam from the United States, because I'm an American, born in 1985. So some of what he wrote is kind of true, but some of it's not, because it's inaccurate, not true. Yeah, so I'm always doing my best, but I'm not always trying to wear the newest clothes. I'm not always obsessed with spending too much money or time or taking care of myself, taking baths, cleaning myself, buying the newest clothes for the fashion to look really good and handsome, like a hot boy or a bad boy, and brush my teeth and daily maintenance, because it's very time consuming, because I'm busy with life. Sometimes we are too busy in life because of the wars, info wars and the NWO and all these terrible things. You have to try to make time. You got to make time to make money, or to share information, educate people, there's a lot of different things that happen in life because of specific transitions that occur in our lives. The article was written by Tyler. You can go to hubpages.com/Tyler Capp, @Tyler Capp. So I say no, Tyler. I'm not leasing out people. I'm not like using people. I'm not doing bad things. But this is what people say about me, Joseph Scott Arnold, Joeyarnoldvn. They say, "Oh, you're terrible because you do bad things like that." But plus, that implies that I'm not contributing, okay, in a transaction. I'm not like helping people. However, I'm helping people. I'm teaching, tutoring, and people do benefit from it. People should pay me or compensate enough by the services, and they should give me money. They should give me food. They should give me more. Always more, because I'm more valuable, because of everything that I give people, for the services and the wisdom and the time I give and provide, and so much more. Yes, I do have experience in teaching and tutoring and helping people and counseling since the year 2003. I was born in the year 1985 in the United States of America, USA. I'm an American. I write like this because a lot of people ask me this question. They write very simple. People who don't know English or other people. I want to be as clear as possible. It's obvious that I'm not always running into people who are confused, but sometimes, a lot of times I am running into people who are confused about the details of my life, or they're not really listening, so I want to be as clear as possible. I'm being a little bit wordy, but I want to be wordy on purpose. At a New Star English Center Language School in Bac Ninh, Vietnam, they had too many teachers. They had 2 Filipina girls. First they had one for a year, but then they had another one that came. So they told me I could come, and so I came at the end of November 2012. But earlier in that month of November, they got another one. They got another teacher, and I knew that, but they didn't tell me to not come. But I guess that's kind of the thing that they wanted. It's mostly that reason why they didn't want me anymore, because they didn't want a third teacher at the school, and so they fired me via email Tuesday morning 2012, December 4th, and he went there and talked to them, and then told me to forget about it. New Star. Later I wrote about New Star online after I was fired, and it seems that Tyler wrote that I talked crap about New Star, that I just said a bunch of bad things for no reason before I was fired. But I did after, not before, after. But I may have said a few things before too, but it was a little bit different, different reasoning for what I did before. Before they sent the email saying they don't want me, even though I'm better than the 2 other people they had there. Potentially, mostly potentially speaking, even though what you saw is not what you get, because there's more there than what meets the eye, like the Transformers. More than meets the eye. I may have wrote a few things before I was fired as a negotiation or confrontation tactic, I believe, in telling people when there are problems. Transparency, honesty, integrity, patience, courage, character, pursuit. The first day I came to Vietnam, on a Thursday, the year 2012, November 29th, that school, New Star, did not meet me at the airport in Hanoi. They took a taxi. A manager, staff, New Star, said he went to meet me at the airport and did not see me. I took him. I told him, no, I didn't take him anywhere. Why would I do that? I told him my airplane was landing at about noon, 12 p.m. He thought I meant that I would be ready, to go out of the airport at that time. So he was waiting for me at 12, didn't see me, and then he left. So then I took a taxi, and I had to pay like around $50, so they ripped me off. The taxi driver ripped me off because I didn't know how much it would cost. But I may have wrote about those things before online. The first Thursday night in Vietnam, the hotel was trying to get me to pay, and at the end, a few days later, when I was fired on Tuesday, later on, the New Star paid. They paid. That was okay. That was good, I guess. But it was a little bit confusing. It was confusing at the time due to not know what was happening, because the school said we would pay, and then later on they said, oh, we're not going to pay for the hotel, or they promised in America. When I was in, I got the opportunity to go to Vietnam when I first met the one girl from the Philippines, and she was a teacher. She was teaching in that school in Bac Ninh at New Star, and I was talking to her on Skype for a year, and then I came at the end of that year in 2012, and so I was talking to them, talking to her, and then talking to them, talking to the school, writing to them an email, and they said, okay, come, we'll give you $1,000 or more probably more after that, maybe $800, maybe $1,000, maybe more. So they were like trying to promise things. I asked for a contract many times for many months, for like a year. I asked for an airplane ticket. They never gave it to me, but then I came anyway, so I guess that's my fault for coming. I probably shouldn't have came, but I decided to come because I felt like I was really old and I really wanted to travel. Since I was 8 years old, I really wanted to travel, and so I went anyways. So where was I? So okay, Monday I had a job interview with them when they observed me teaching in class. Well, you know, that's, I mean, where they were observing me. The twist, you know, the twist to the story was that he was the only student in the class, and you know, in the classroom, and he was also the observer or interviewer as well. Instead of pretending to teach a real class, I tried to tutor him because he only knew a little bit of English, and he later said that I was just a tutor and not a real teacher. I tried to tell Andy Oy about some of this, but I'm not sure how much he understood or how much people understand from what I say or write. And I always write a whole lot, so not a lot of people are going to stick around to understand the whole story, because the story is always really like complex with all these like details and everything. It's really hard to follow. It's kind of hard to follow the stories, and so a lot of people will go with their own version of the story, or mostly the story that they get from the other people. So basically, you know, the man, like, he was like the manager at the school News Star. He later said in the email that I was just a tutor, a teacher, not really a teacher, not a real teacher. That was very disappointing. But I tried to tell Andy Wing about some of this. I don't know how much they can understand. I may have told Tyler Capp about it too. He went on to write about me in this article that he wrote on the website, on that website, and but he basically paints a different story. As a reader, you know, you are a reader or a listener. You can believe in what Tyler wrote, or you can consider what I'm saying. Alright, so Tyler, yes, you are right that I'm not Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. I'm not rich, I don't got a lot of money, I'm not always buying new clothes and stuff. You know, okay, yeah, right. I'm not bling bling, yo. Tyler is right that I'm not always helping out. Sometimes I'm sleeping. Sometimes I'm helping people, but you don't know because you can't see it directly. But I'm doing things for more like long-term things. I think really long-term, and so you don't always see what I'm doing, but I'm always like thinking about other people, but I won't tell you that. And I may pretend to be a bad boy, a bad person, but I'm really like out there trying to help people all the time. A lot more than people will give me credit for. It's really depressing sometimes, but a lot of times. But so I stayed at Andy's restaurant, Papa Foods, in Bac Ninh, near Hanoi, about 20 kilometers from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, in December, the last month of 2012, and also for 2 weeks in January 2013. Tyler is right that I was not always mopping, washing, sweeping, cleaning, and helping around. If you knew me, you would find that to be strange, very weird, very crazy. Life is for service, said. That's the motto from the Second College, ABC, Blessed Bible College from West Virginia. I volunteered a year of my life to help the homeless in a Salvation Army program, a program called Revolution Hawaii. 2006 and 2007. No, actually 2007, 2008. That was after ABC, the college where Life is for Service is talked about. I was involved in the children ministry at CMT in New York at my first Bible college, Word of Life Bible Institute. I've volunteered since I was a kid, and since I was very, very young, I've worked at Bible camps as a camp counselor for 5 years, 2007, 2008, 2005, and 2006 too. And yeah, sorry, like 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2010, all those years. And sometimes I'm not always helping people. Okay, not always helping people. I was online trying to find new jobs and trying to meet people. I could have went back to America after I went to Vietnam in 2012, and now I've been here for almost 4 years. It's 2016 now, so I actually had about around $1,000 when I first came to Vietnam, not just $100 or so, but I didn't tell people how much money I had because I didn't want to. Like when I came to Vietnam, you know, like it was different. I didn't want to give up. I did not want to tell people how much money I had because then they would expect me to have no money before they come to help. They expect me to be broke before they would come in to help or something. That's kind of a habit that people have, like, oh, I'm not gonna help you until you have no money. So then I got into a habit of saying, okay, I got no money because I really do need the help, that I actually had more money. It's kind of a confusing thing or situation to be in. So I paid my own way to Vietnam, but Tyler Capp said that my parents paid the money. It's true, when I told him the story, you know, it's true that I got the money from my father, but it was because I was working, so I earned the money. But he just said, the father paid for the son. Yeah, because I was working. So I was working for my father for like 2 years, or more at other times too, as a landscaper. But I definitely paid my own way. You can ask my father about that, but I really hate the people who lie about me. I hate it when people lie about me. And I help people as often as I can, and I am always trying to help in different ways, lots of different ways, online and offline, all the time, all the way up to like 2 a.m. most of the time, and I get up a few hours later, like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and back to work again, 7 days a week. And this is my new life, a lot more busy than before. I gotta take more naps and eat more nuts and garlic, and for free, you know, I help people most of the time. That people continue to claim and to say and write, and to, you know, say, you know, and write. Then I take advantage of people like a SpongeBob rubber pants. SpongeBob rubber pants, SpongeBob rubber pants. People ask me to go to Hanoi. I went there, but people did not like me, but would not tell me directly, because people beat around the bush. They're not direct. People are not honest, and they're afraid of hurting your feelings. I've been in Vietnam for almost 4 years now. Tyler is an American. He's American, and he may not like Trump. Tyler wrote some bad things about me. He may or may not know that totally. If he does not know that, then I would say that he's incompetent like Hillary Clinton. Not all there. Maybe he had some mental problems too. Or he's deliberately doing it on purpose, and he's lying just to say bad things about me because he's liberal, just like the terrible Democrats in America, and he's part of the problem, and so I would not listen to him. But I'm trying to be a little bit objective, so let me try to be more objective. I do not know what Tyler Capp thinks about me, or thinks, you know, about what is true and what is not true. All I know is what I wrote Also, I know about what he wrote, and I can show you the article too at the Hub website. But he is probably liberally blind enough. If he is blind or bad enough to say these things about me, which is too misleading for the other people. I listened to Tyler. I did when I met him in Bakni in 2012. But I don't think he was listening to me. I think he refuses to listen to me. Andy decided to help, okay? And I'm not required to compensate for the freedom and liberties that Andy has. If he wants to help me, great. I can help back. You know, I can return the favor, but I'm not required to. But people always say, oh, you have to return the favor. But that's slavery. That's fear. These are things that are not part of real liberty and freedom. Yes, it would be better if I were to show more appreciation and to say thank you more often, but that I'm still not required to do so. But of course, we can always find ways to be more thankful, and we should work harder each day to show our gratitude towards everybody around us more and more. I dress up and wear nicer clothes sometimes, but I was not dressing so much at the end of 2012 when I first came to Vietnam, and I was gaining weight mostly due to all the ice cream I was eating. I love ice cream and chocolate, and possibly from maybe some depressing as thinking about my life in 2012, and I was contemplating my departure from because I was asking myself, should I live in America, work in America, what is my destiny? And I thought about it for a long time, but then I decided I'm gonna go to Vietnam or to another country. And I've thought about this since 1993 when I was 8 years old, also when Bill Clinton became president around that time, and I started thinking, you know, I really want to travel just like the Clintons did for their foundation, where they only give back less than like 5%. Wow, think about that. Like, you get like billions and billions of dollars, and with a B, billions of dollars, and you only give back to help people, you know, charity as a foundation, like say $1 million or $10 million. Imagine if Donald Trump did that. People would be like, oh my god. But Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, they do that all the time, and people are like, it's okay. It's okay. But man, wow. Wow, what's happening here? Hold on. I'm waiting. Okay, waiting for that. I do plan to write more articles and books, and to make more documentaries, you know, books and videos and other things in regards to the scandals and stories concerning my life. Joeyarnoldvn. Oatmeal. I write and talk to help people, and will continue to do so, even as people continue to lie about me and only talk about some of the truth about my life. And just like the media lies about Alex Jones and Roger Stones and Donald Trump and other people, other patriots and, you know, nationalists of the truth. I really do believe in nationalism over globalism, over, you know, corporatism and technocracy. So this is my name, Joeyarnoldvn. And now let's go to the article that Tyler Capp wrote. And he wrote it in January 8, or updated it on January 8, 2016. Joey Arnold, the guy who didn't. Let's go to the website now, because I have it here on my Facebook. Okay, it's the link is there, but it's long. It's a long link, so I'll just take you to the one here. You can find it on Hub pages. If you look up his name, type in his name, Tyler Capp, or Google my name, Google my username, Google, type in Joeyarnoldvn, and you'll find the article on the internet. It's hubpages.com, the travel, Joey Arnold, the guy who didn't. So we're gonna go to the website now. So this is the website. This is the guy right here, Tyler Capp. He has 72 followers and 22 articles. This is the American guy.
American.
Yeah, he wrote a story about me. Joey Arnold, the guy who didn't.
Nothing. What?
Good question. Let's find out. Let's find out what he didn't do. Okay. I was talking for a long time to talk about how he is wrong. So that's what I was doing, my side of the story. But now we're gonna look at what he wrote. And he wrote the story for a couple different reasons. Well, I don't really know. I can assume to know why. But let's go look at the article first. Joey Arnold, the guy who did it, by Tyler Capp. January 8, 2016. Updated. Okay, so here we go. Joey Arnold, the guy who didn't. Let's get a little bit bigger. Let's get bigger. Hold on. Let's get bigger. I can do bigger than this. Hold on. How do I get bigger? Hold on, I need more time.
But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you have to go now?
Yes,
Wow. You have to go and it stopped raining. No, it stopped raining. Oh man, it stopped raining. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. This is so sad.
Tomorrow.
I don't understand.
Can continue tomorrow?
I don't know, but hold on. Okay, we're talking about the story tomorrow.
Yes.
I don't really understand Vietnamese people because, like, you know, you really don't like the sun, you don't like the rain, you don't like it to go outside late at night or early in the morning or at noontime. You know, you have a lot of, you know, like rules about when to travel, you know, and it, like, you know, it stops you. Like, say if you really have to go to work, it's like it's really hard if it's raining or it's really sunny, or, you know, it's like, and then all of a sudden, you know,
to look for a reason.
Yeah. To do something or to not do. Mostly to not do something like work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't read because it's expensive, and because it is free.
Right. Oh man. Right. Okay, we're gonna continue tomorrow.
Yes.